Burger Rippy, we're back over to Pastime Park, beautiful Plain City, Sunday, straight up noon, July the 28th. The steam show's over and left town, and we're here for the Poor Man's Car Show, 44th annual Poor Man's Car Show, under the majestic oak trees by the pioneer man, Jonathan Alder, at Pastime Park, from 9 to 3 show. He's got a Springer show bike. Don't see too many show bikes coming in at noon straight up. Why, we think this is a gas station. No, and we don't know what it is. I've been asking. Railroad Depot. But Jonathan Alder's over here. It's drier here than it is at home, and I noticed it was even drier when I was over to Delaware yesterday. So to fill lots of crops. So Jonathan Alder, the pioneer man, in his comfortable new boots. I noticed I was waving my camera everywhere. This is the biggest turnout I've seen for the Poor Man's, and the weather's perfect, but the shows are running smaller. I went to a show last night and I didn't get a film. It wasn't a lost cause going, but I seen some cars, but there wasn't enough there to film at the Jeepmas in July. Actually, my timing was off to where the Jeeps had left. They have a marker over here. The people are checking in and dumping their stations of the campground part. We'll make our way over there. So they filled the fairground, the Poor Man's National, Buckeye Rod Builders. I don't think he's buried here, but this is commemorating the first white man, and he cleared this land that we're standing on here, which my grandpa on my mom's side, their whole family was born a few miles away from here by the railroad crossing in Arnold and Jerome Township. Oh, that little bumblebee Jeep there. So, and I think this coincides with the Jeeps in Toledo. So they're transplanting plants there in July on a FedEx delivery. But I drove by the first white woman who was born here is buried along the creek on the way to my ranch. So he was, it says, is the first white man, and he cleared the land here. He was probably born in Connecticut. What do you think? You know, so that's no big deal for someone to travel somewhere and to be the first person, actually. But the woman's grave, she was actually the first baby, a white baby born here in Union County, along the creek. A wartime memorial. Maybe we've seen this one at an unfinished stage. Maybe I'm seeing like 3 of these. Buckeye Rod Builders, the Ford engine in there, I'm pretty sure. There's the bumblebee looking around, stirring up some dust. This one's been featured in several magazines through the years with the Ford engine also. And then this one has a blown mouse. It's we think it's an Anglia. Is that the one famous one? Yeah, Tom Thompson's. I was excited when the first time I seen this one. It has the butterfly steering wheel. You want to look in here? Everyone's clamoring. Oh, look at that steering wheel on this thing. Oh, he's got the steering wheel to the side. It's disconnected and laying. Isn't that crazy? What's going on here? I talked to the guy's wife. She's really super nice. They went through a lot of trouble to be here. It's got a tag on it, but they trailer it in.
Yeah. Well, it's got a 4-inch spacer.
Oh, the steering wheel's on there. It's just so small.
4-inch spacer.
Or he said something about taking it off, didn't he? He took it off to get out of it.
Originally built
wow.
for Donovan Hemi, which is a whole lot taller.
They built it for a Hemi, he said. And the guy, this Thompson guy, he lives in California. And they came back and they went to the Strip this summer and made a couple passes. Ancient Oaks out here, buddy. It's my neighbor's car. I don't think he's doing too good. We're baling hay today. Cyclone spoiler. So I think there's a couple of these around, and this one came back from New Mexico. Unless I have it mixed up, which I probably do. And they specialize in those. So this ain't ancient oak growed off to an angle. It's interesting music they're playing. Wondering how it's gonna go on the thing. Approval and all that. Yeah, I hope I don't lose my film, you know. So this car set the world on fire when that came out. That's what I'm seeing. The designer and all that. So I was thinking that they would stop. Here we go. The big money's going here.
Noon on Sunday. Jay's bringing some more tickets up, aren't you, Jay?
The big thing about this one, which I mean you can see,
pulling the winning ticket. We're going to compile all of the tickets. And
it's got the Yingling.
Get ready for that drawing. So make sure you have your blue ticket in
Sedan delivery.
The winner here momentarily. Thank you, everybody.
Another beautiful Ford. He's got the wings, tail fins, carried over into the early 60s, you think? Yeah, huge money on the line here. Here's the swap, the food. There's no line to the food at noon. A stewed lark, parked by another stewed. Project cars. Moving my camera around. There was an old guy who his car collection would fill this building, and it was like the best thing at the steam threshers. And he passed away, and it kind of killed the show for me. Like, you know, top caliber stuff. There's a parts car over here on a trailer with a toter home. Someone brought their project in on a U-Haul trailer. Maybe even hired someone to haul it in here. There's our sawmills back yonder. A buggy looking. Those crabapple trees do that, and they're like apple trees, so you have to prune them all the time, constantly. That's what I did yesterday. You have to trim around them to keep the bugs away from them. Just for starters. Pretty sweet. It's a two-door Ford. I don't know about this one. It looks like they used it back in the day. It's real. But no, this looks like a pickup truck made into, but maybe just a different. I don't know. There couldn't have been too many people building school buses, could there? I just thought school buses were like the ugliest thing on the road. So this one has a California feel to this paint job. The heavy metallic. And it made for really nice. I like that. And then this is, see, your Impala with these, it's like bagged and looks a lot like a Ford too. It's out of Wyoming, out of Lusk, which is on 30. I seen a new Mustang, and the weeds were up over the top of the car this time of year. It's been sitting. You can go out and find the old car sitting now. You can tell from the weeds. Making our way back through, and this dude is similar to the one on the other end that was setting. But, you know, I don't think that's a Studebaker that had that. It was a Nash or something. It looks like a rocket plane. Actually, I passed this guy on going over to that Jeep miss last night. I don't know, 42, I don't know. He's got a blown Ford in there. It's a big Ford in there. Big engine. Nothing was kind of, you know, humming along when I seen it. Went down the road or up the road. And this could be a Studebaker, and it is a Studebaker. Little Studebaker half ton from the old days with a split windshield. Sitting, this one is possibly, we were asking if it was a Willys or, yeah, and it says Willys, the drag car with the chutes, 2 chutes. But yeah, dig into 42 Stude, pick them up. Bright orange in the short bed, and little fuel cell. Pretty sweet.
It's 10 after 12, everybody. It's a few minutes early, but be sure
Thanks
to
for
have
watching,
your
everyone.
plane
Bogart
ticket in
Rippy over
your
here
hand.
to Poor
And I
Man's
want to give a shout out to Colin here from Columbus, Ohio, that did the
Pastime
ticket
Park.
pulling. So, the winning ticket number
Hi,
for the
City. Thank you.
50-50 drawing. Do we have an amount? A dollar amount? $312 is the amount of money, so that means you should pull out your ticket and pay attention. And the proceeds on the other half go to the Plain City Food Pantry.